How's it going, my N-words? Today I'm gonna be reacting to this awesome video made against me by Bunk. I love Bunk. Me and him are like, we're like this. You know, I have him added on Discord. I got him added on Steam. Like, we're basically brothers. We're homies. We're like best friends. And, yeah, he just had a double backstab me in the butthole. And he just had to make a video on me. And I'm just gonna react to it. God.
MrToxix and I'm Alex Stan have lied about the Pieman allegations, and I can prove it. Pieman has gone through a lot recently, and his accusers are in the wrong. Today we will be clearing Pieman's name once and for all and demonstrating why MrToxix is a bad commentator and I'm Alex Stan is a bad liar.
Not to be ver- Not to be racist or anything, but you're a nick.
Crew code with me till I realized they were all a few clones of me, and that's fine long as these rap lines make me fun dude to be around. They'll still
and the mountain of evidence to prove these claims. First, I'm going to go over the many flaws of MrToxix's handling of the situation and what makes his commentary poor. Now, if you don't know about the Pieman situation, don't worry, I'll explain it to you in a bit. Now, if you don't know who MrToxix is, he's best described as a stale leafy, as to say he's not funny, he's not interesting, he's not even a good commentator, but he sure as hell tries.
So I'm not sure if you're just fucking retarded or something, but if you never watched George Floyd Deserved It, and I tell you what, if my channel gets undeleted, I'll release part 2 on my Twitter.
So what makes him a shitty commentator? Well, he's guilty of the four most damning commentary sins, all committed throughout the handling of this case. Now, as a commentary YouTuber, your main draw is to normally be a spokesperson for a point of view or somewhat moral compass. However, a lot of really bad commentary channels have this problem where they'll condemn other things that people are doing while simultaneously doing worse shit. Now, our friend MrToxix is no exception to this rule. He has a habit of changing his views when it means he can expose somebody for attention. Now, essentially, he leaked the DMs with Pieman.
I'm confused on who you're saying leaked the DMs, because I didn't leak the DMs. The Twitter account that leaked the DMs was named Anonymous 15345, and it had a Yandere Dev profile picture. Do I look like Yandere Dev? Is my name Anonymous? No, you fucking retard. So you don't have any proof.
Essentially, he leaked the DMs with Pieman, which incriminates Pieman for flirting with a 12-year-old girl who he thought to be 13 at the time. Which, don't get me wrong, is quite weird, but it's not illegal to flirt with a 12-year-old as no pictures were exchanged and Pieman was 15 at the time. And again, he was under the impression that she was 13 at the time, and this is something important to take note of. But you know what is illegal, MrToxix? Distribution of obscene matters to a minor. As you can see here, federal law strictly prohibits the distribution of obscene matters to a minor. You are seen just days before the leak sending explicit images into a group chat with a girl you knew was too young to see them. You sent a deepfake image of JoJo Siwa.
Well, actually, my real name isn't MrToxix, so that's actually not me that sent that image, you dumbass.
JoJo Siwa is 10 years old, MrToxix. That's too young to be in legal pornography, which basically makes this manufactured child porn. He admits to sending this, confirming that the DMs are real.
I'm a little confused. See, Danny Phantom said that. I don't look like Danny Phantom, do I? I'm not Danny Phantom.
Even though this image is a deepfake, it's still illegal as images that are indistinguishable from real child porn are not allowed within the United States. Now, to prove that the DMs are real, we have not only the testimony of MrToxix himself, but also the people who are in that group chat. He for sure broke laws involving the possession of child pornography, the distribution of child pornography, and the distribution of obscene matters to a minor. That's quite a lot, MrToxix. And what is this? That's you proceeding to condemn being sexual with young girls around I'm Alex Stan's age. Wow, you must be really smart. It's shocking to see how much you've matured and grew as a person over the couple of days of you doing that.
I tell you what, I'll admit to all that when blacks can vote. Now, I don't like to brag too often, but I am really mature.
Isn't it weird how your views change to contradict your actions once you have the chance to cancel somebody for fame? That's a really odd coincidence, don't you agree?
Well, see, the problem I have with that is, dude, I'm already famous. Like, if you not saw George Floyd Deserved It, I mean, dude, I don't need to cancel someone to get famous. Pretty much already the biggest dick around in the commentary community.
See, once you become a massive fucking hypocrite like this, there's no way I can take your words seriously, because it's quite obvious that you don't take your words seriously. Whenever a commenter or YouTuber makes a video, they're obligated to provide you with the base level of information in order to understand the topic. You as the person supplying the information are at a certain level of obligation to be honest with your views and your viewers. If you start to be dishonest and get your information wrong, you lose all credibility. Knowing this, what do you think MrToxix does when handling very serious allegations of sexual misconduct? Does he A, take care of the serious subject matter and make sure he gets his information right?
A, it's A.
B, lie about it and fabricate information. C, do almost no research. Or D, use manipulation tactics in order to dishonestly coax his viewer. Well, congratulations to everyone who didn't choose A, because if you chose A, you clearly don't know MrToxix. Now, after a drawn-out introduction, we finally reach the main topic of MrToxix's video. He starts by asserting,
Okay, Pieman is a 16-year-old. Or he's almost 16 at least. That's the legal age in Australia. Pieman is in high school. I'm Alex Dan is 12. She just turned 12 in August. She basically was 11 5 months ago. She's a literal baby. And Pieman is an adult in the country that he's from. I'm Alex Dan is an elementary schooler in 5th grade. And Pieman is in high school. He's in fucking high school. And she's a literal baby.
MrToxix, that's not what grade she would be in, dumbass. She would be in 7th grade in middle school. That should be obvious. You can Google that.
So, you think you're so smart? I'm using my phone to record this. My computer's not in the best shape. But you think you're so smart? Actually, man, she'd actually be in like 5th grade because there are 12-year-olds in 5th grade. You dumbass.
And he just gives up and downright uses manipulative language like hyperbole.
She's a literal baby, and Pieman is an adult in the country that he's from. I'm Alex Dan is an elementary schooler in 5th grade, and Pieman is in high school. He's in fucking high school, and she's a literal baby.
No, she is not literally a baby, MrToxix. She's not literally a baby. She's literally 12. She's in middle school. She is in middle school. You are closer to her age than she is to being a baby. Not only this, but he also says that Pieman is an adult. He's not even above the age of consent in his country. That being 16, let alone an adult at 18. All this just shows that you don't fucking care about throwing around false information and dealing with heavy accusations. Now, the hyperbole point may seem like a nitpick to all you mouth breathers out there that's watching this video, but if you actually have an intact brain and you can think and process information, think about it like this. You see, when you make an argument, you want to try and avoid hyperbole, because hyperbole is more about trying to force your point on an argument rather than actually being presented evidence to actually prove what you're trying to say. It also shows that you care so little about the matter at hand that you're willing to throw around claims that aren't even backed up by facts. It also discredits any other actual shocking statistics you may have later on in your argument. Of course, you make hyperbolic jokes, but these are clearly presented as facts, and if they're presented as jokes, they are not delivered correctly. Now, an argument could be made that he didn't intend to do it this way, and that he's just naturally that slimy and manipulative of an asshole, but it doesn't really matter whether he intended to or not. He's just doing it.
He fucking deserved to get blackmailed. He's a disgusting fucking pedophile.
Of course, how funny a joke is subjective, but you gotta admit, his delivery is very bland, and it just comes off as uninspired bullshit.